Dong-Jin shares his witch report to his coworkers and presents his idea to solve the problem. In San Francisco, the police department mapped out all of the criminal incidents that occurred in the city and increased officer patrols in specific areas at certain times. This reduced the crime rate in the city by a substantial amount. By mapping out incidents involving the witch, he hopes to find a way to prevent the amount of accidents that occur around her. In the office of a TV company, Un-sil, Mi-jung's friend, gets into an argument with her boss about a TV proposal project he rejected. He lectures her about not understanding what it means to be a parent. In response, she threatens to quit. Meanwhile, Dong-Jin quits his job, not necessarily because he's not happy or burnt out, but because he wants to take a break and handle something personal. Later, Dong-Jin is apartment hunting and bribes the landlord to see the apartment above his. Unfortunately, it's already occupied. Although she doesn't manage to convince the tenant, he takes another approach and tries to befriend him. After some time, he switches apartments with the tenant to place himself closer to Mi-jung. Dong-Jin decides to do some scouting at Mi-jung's building, but is almost caught by Un-sil. He manages to play it off by walking into a bikini waxing store. At her home, Mi-jung eats dinner with Un-sil. She confides in her that she wants to travel to Austria and hopes to grow potatoes next year. Un-sil is happy she is more cheerful than usual, and Mi-jung thanks her friend for being part of the reason. Dong-Jin eats at the convenience store and receives a phone call from the police. They found a potential suspect, a wanted man whose business went bankrupt because a bank refused to give him a business loan. Apparently, the man learned that Dong-Jin's company was responsible for the bank's new policy and chose Dong-Jin as his target. Dong-Jin inquires about dropping charges if it'll remove the man from the wanted list, but it'll only probably just reduce his sentence, not necessarily absolve him of everything that he's done. Before he leaves, Dong-Jin asks about who to contact to fix a flickering streetlight. The officers are a bit confused by his inquiry, but they provide him the contact information. When Dong-Jin arrives home, he's attacked by the wanted man. The tenant tries to stop him, but Dong-Jin tells him that it's okay. The wanted man expresses his anger, but eventually calms down. Dong-Jin and the man share a meal at the nearby convenience store. He jokingly mentions that it's the first time he's been beat up like that, and also the first time he's heard someone's stomach growling while getting beat up. He then offers his share to the man. Dong-Jin talks about his work and why he liked doing what he did. He wants to help people with the information he learns by analyzing data, but the end result would sometimes be different than what he expected. The man then shares his story about how his family split up because of his failing business, and as a last-ditch effort, before taking his own life, he wanted to take down the man responsible for ruining his company. He hunted down Dong-Jin only to discover the man he wanted to hurt would end up being the man that saves him. The two then apologize and forgive each other. The next day, Jung-hyuk is handling a break-in case and advises the victim to request police protection if she feels like she's in danger. Later that evening, Dong-Jin surprises his friend and decides to grab a bite with him. Unfortunately, they are interrupted with the victim requesting police protection. Jung-hyuk rushes over, but arrives too late, with the victim ending up in a critical condition. Later that week, Dong-Jin meets up with the chairman of the casino. He asks him for a favor and gives him the resume of the man that attacked him. The chairman honors his request. Meanwhile, Mi-jung is working from home and turns off a phone alarm that goes off to remind her to leave the house. Apparently, it's the best time to wander around this time because there's not that many people around. As she walks about, she realizes the flickering streetlight has been fixed. As she feeds the cats, Dong-Jin is just around the corner. Dong-Jin drives back to his hometown to find clues about lifting the witch's curse. His first stop is a flower shop that belongs to his old high school friend and classmate. She's a bit confused about why he's gathering all of his friends for a reunion, but he keeps it a secret for now. He then stops by the high school and plans on analyzing all of the data they have to find a way to lift the curse.